Hey guys, it's Cindy, and I am just experimenting with something. When I was at the craft fair, I made a lot of prayer journals. I think I said 12 in one video, but I think it was more like 13. And most of them I needed pockets for, and I had to start from scratch on a lot of them. So I needed focal points, and yeah, I had a lot, but still, you know, when you're doing a bunch of journals, it seems like you're using the same old thing all over again. And I had taken these stamps with me, and I never got them out of the container I had them in. They are scripture stamps from Stampin' Up! That I got at a thrift store, and I paid $3 a box. And yeah, so anyway, I was glad to have those, but I didn't use them. So anyway, I thought I would play around with some of it today, and I've already started. And what I did was I stamped them on just blank pieces of book page. I always, whenever I get a book, I always look for pages like this. It's got blank spots, you know, like here's written on that side, but it's blank on this side, so I can back a tag or whatever with it. And in this case, I'm going to stamp on it. So I did some experiments. And my problem is I can't find my ink. All my distress inks and stuff I took, and some other not distress inks, but just regular stamping inks I couldn't find. I haven't found yet, so I keep looking. But I also rearranged my craft room when I got back, so there's no telling where they're at. But I did find some that I was practicing with, and I found this Stays On Midnight Blue. I thought that's the closest thing I have to black. So, and I tried an experiment with it, and it worked pretty good. So what I did is just stamp this quote or the verse, and you know, of course, it can be anything that you want to stamp. So in my case, oops, I just put my fingers in the ink. It's these stamps, and then I used my watercolor pencils, and you can use regular watercolors, and I might experiment with that if I ever remember where I put mine. So everything's kind of in an uproar. I still haven't unpacked everything because I went on a Thursday, came back on Sunday afternoon. It's only an hour and a half from my house, this craft retreat, which was fantastic. And threw everything in the washer because I turned around and repacked it. And the next Monday morning, I left for 4 days with my sister and my parents to go to some floating cabins. And I probably mentioned that in that last video. But anyway, so there's no telling where my stuff is all at. I know I had to unload my car because we were taking my car to the cabins. So I couldn't leave anything in there. So I'm not sure. I may have left them in the garage. So I guess I better go look in the garage. I've looked in the house pretty much everywhere I know to look. So if they're somewhere, they're well hidden. So anyway, I just take my watercolor pencils, like I said, and just go around them. And I know I did one. See, here's a purple one. A couple of purple and a brown. And you can barely see my words because I was stamping with burnt sienna. That one's not too bad, and that one's not too bad. And I kind of just went, well, on the one of them, I think it may have been the pink one, which I didn't tear out. Anyway, so it's like this. I just went around it and thought, no, I want it behind, you know, in the middle of the words too. So after that, I started just doing different techniques. And then one of them, I thought, I don't want it lines, I want it swirls. So which one's the swirl one? The blue one was the swirl one, which you really can't tell. And you shouldn't be able to tell if I use my water water pencil on it. So let's try a reddish color one. So one ink I tried, it bled, as you can see right here. It just bled. You can't read the words anymore. So, but the Stays On worked fine. So, okay, so you see what I did there. Stamped, and then watercolor pencils. And I just, you know, I don't have it, just very cheap watercolor pencils. I got them for $3 somewhere, probably maybe at like that store, what's it called? Everything's $5. What's that called? Five Below? Five Below. Yeah. Just gonna go between the words, so that's not bad. And I don't really clean my brush off too much. I just go from one color to the next. So anyway, what my thought was, I needed more embellishments, focal points. So verses would have been great, but all I had was just the stamps with me and the stamp inks that I can't find. And I didn't know, I wasn't, you know, I'd seen Gail do something with an embellishment that I think this is what she did, except she didn't have words. She had flowers, I think. I'm not sure what she did exactly. But anyway, I thought, I can make those a little bit more exciting with the watercolor pencils. But I had a great time at this retreat. I would be there right now if they were doing it. And what's so amazing, and I'm still just kind of flabbergasted about this retreat, is the Button Farm was the name of the scrapbook store. And I got on their email list last year because there was a scrapbooking convention in Tulsa. And I was so excited. They used to have it every year, you know, COVID hit and all that. And then they had it again. And I was so excited because I lived 20 minutes from it. So I went last year, bought a great t-shirt and a bunch of different things. And this year they didn't have it. But anyway, last year I got on their email list. And they sell scrapbooking stuff, which, you know, sometimes that overlaps with junk journals. So when she said they had a retreat and it was at Tahlequah, I thought, I'm jumping all over that. So anyway, okay, here's what they look torn out. I think that's a little better. And then, of course, you can ink around them, too, if you want. So anyway, when I was there, and the person across from me, I became pretty good friends with, she's from New Mexico. She came in because she had met the lady that owns the store at some scrapbooking, other retreats around the country, wherever. And so she's making all these kits, and I'm like, gosh, those kits. Yes, I remember there was my daughter, when I first started taking her to the scrapbooking store, there was a booth there that she truly loved, and she bought some of their kits. You know, I'm talking as a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, she bought these kits, and I bought some too, let's just be honest about it. I got too much ink on that. It's probably going to smear. And then one year we went, and that booth wasn't there anymore. I thought this one sounds kind of like Christmas. May love and laughter fill your season. So I'm going to try red on it, or green. Red and green on these. Oh, 2 colors. That's a good idea. Try it with 2 different colors. So anyway, I texted her while I was sitting there. I said, what was the name of that company, that, you know, booth that we went to in the scrapbook convention all the time? You love their kits. She said, the Button Farm. I said, Amy, the Button Farm, did you realize it's an hour from where we live? I said, I never had a clue it was even in Oklahoma. All this time is in Oklahoma. And then, she, you know, of course, at the time, we both lived 2.5 hours from it. But that still was great. But the lady, I think, had closed the business for a while and then has started up again. So anyway, I was very glad, very glad. I still can't believe it's the store that my daughter loved. Okay, the only red they have is this kind of burgundy red, which is the one I did there. So it's a pinkish red, but it'll just have to do. So I'm not sure how to do this. Should I do one side red? There's something on my mat. I got this mat there. It's a silicone mat, so we'll see. I'm just trying to protect my desk because it's an old oak desk from the, who knows, 50s maybe. It's not new. Okay. I don't know how it's going to blend the 2 colors together. What does red and green make? Don't know. Purple, probably. Does that look Christmassy? I'm not so sure about that. Let's try it. Mixing them as we go. One thing about it, it's only paper and a little bit of ink, a little bit of pencil. You can toss it if we want to. I'm afraid it might make it too brown, but anyway. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on and say hi and talk about the retreat some more. I can't get over talking about it. I love it. And the fact that I lost my ink. Somebody's got to commiserate with me. So anyway, yeah, I may have to go replace a whole bunch of Distress Oxides. So surely I won't. Surely I'll find it. Sure, I'm sure I will. So anyway, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of the mixed colors. And do you think they're too, I don't know, cartoonish, or I don't know what they're, non-professional looking or whatever to put on embellishments? Are they too amateur looking? Just let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.